Welcome back, Goblin Chef's APGAINS. Today we're talking about one of the most important decisions that you guys are going to make in the entire game. Should I farm Bolg or should I farm Halbarad? So quick caveat, if you spend money, you can just buy them. So video over, buy both of them. But if you're like me and you don't like buying stuff, let's have a quick discussion about the differences between the both of them. So I believe, both of them favorited here. So Halbarad is fantastic. He's fantastic mostly because people remember him being fantastic in the beta. A little bit of a hot take there, but he does have the best, health pool. He does do great things. As a heal, he taunts. His leadership is good for Rangers, which, some people like the Rangers. Some people just don't have the money to get Rangers. So there's some synergy. There's some good damage. He's got good health. He's got utility. He's an all-around kind of jack of all trades character to plug into any light side or any arena team, right? Fantastic. Bolg. What does Bolg do? Bolg is similar in that he does great damage. He's got good utility. He's got heal blocks, which is nice. He's got disable, which is nice, which is basically just ability block for those of you guys in Galaxy of Heroes. And he can disrupt, which is also, something that's not in a lot of kits, which prevents boons. So if you don't want someone taunting, or if you don't want someone getting a counter attack or something like that, or might to get extra damage, i.e. fighting the arena meta free-to-play team at the moment, in case you guys are paying attention. And he does some pretty fantastic stuff with some good damage. His passive, Legacy of Azog, man, I gotta rewatch. Every time I rewatch that movie, Azog just looks so weird to me for some reason. But basically, you just ramp as you're low health, which is nice, and you get some provokes and stuff like that. But what really makes him fantastic is his leadership ability. His leadership ability, I think if I click down here, no, I guess it doesn't work like Galaxy of Heroes where you can see everything. But basically, dark side characters that are not human, I'm just going to summarize there, orcs, trolls, misty mountains, all that stuff, get a 30% chance to get advantage for one turn. If that character is below 50% health, it's guaranteed. This chance goes up as you progress, which is nice. On turn 2, you get 5% resistance, which is not super great, but it can go up to 15%, which is acceptable. But the reason I like this over Halbarad is one simple reason. We have a defined free-to-play, and again, we talked about earlier, you can spend money and kind of skip this whole process, but if we're talking strictly free-to-play, we have a defined free-to-play light side team, right? Eowyn lead, Eomer, Eothane. I don't know why they're filtered in order of how many shards you have, which is stupid. You add in Strider, and then there's kind of a plug-and-play option. Now, Halbarad is fantastic for this plug-and-play. What that does is it makes your light side squad slightly better, good for arena. But I don't think that it outdoes, say, having Ironhide in there as opposed to Halbarad in terms of value that you're going to get free-to-play in the arena. It'll help you progress in light side campaign, but a lot of light side campaign you can kind of progress with, having a random 5th light side character. A lot of people are going to default to Frodo because I only have 5 light side characters, so I have to use him. Obviously, upgrading Frodo is not going to be ideal, which is why there's a big draw to have Halbarad, because you have that full 5-man, complete light side team. But on the contrary, as far as the dark side characters are concerned, yes, you can use Ugluk lead, which is acceptable, as you see here. It's for the Isengard orcs, which you get 3 of them, him and his 2 friends at the start. And when they inflict Banes, they heal for 2%, which is basically useless. So I believe, is my firm opinion, that Bolg has much more value to you as plugging into a more improved free-to-play dark side team with Bolg lead, Ugluk, Malhar, Dunhar as the healer, and then Ironhide as the damage dealer, right? I think that having him as a leader and having that 5-man squad is going to be more beneficial for you for, challenges, for farming in the dark side or the shadow campaign, and whatever comes into the future. You know that you're going to have a fully established, good synergy, good leadership dark side team. There is still the whole of your light side team. You need to fill in a 5th. You can do what I'm doing currently until I get Bolg, which is having, I don't know. I hate how they have this sorted so that the character with the most shards is at the top. Wu Betty, whatever the hell his name is. He's got a good AoE, and he's required for the Witch King, so it's, worth farming him and stuff. So if you want to have him as kind of a plug and play 5th until you get Bolg, that's what I'm doing. As far as plugging in a 5th light side character, you're kind of SOL. You can use Frodo. If you progress far enough, maybe you can use Sam. But that's more of like an end game thing. You can hope to get, one of the light side characters that are available in, hard nodes or guild or something like that to pick up a 5th. I would just honestly, I would just stick it out. I mean, you're gonna get enough power creep as you just grind gear, grind levels, get your character stronger. Invest in characters is going to be worthwhile long term because there's just so much of a crunch right now to invest in characters that are shit if you're not spending money. So it's like investing in Frodo past, level 30, year 4, year 5 is going to be kind of a waste. Farming other characters that are not going to be required for progressing or going into legendaries or useful in the challenges and stuff like that. It's just kind of a waste, and there's so few resources as a free-to-play player right now that you can't really afford to make these bad decisions. And, you can farm so much in the light side. Like, you're going to get your... Oh, God, I really fucking hate this. You're going to get your Strider progression for free. Eothen, and Eowyn, you can farm just in hard nodes, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, I believe you can just grind them out in hard nodes, correct? And they're easy hard nodes to get. I would actively be doing that with some of your refresh energy. Eomer you can get in shipments. I'm going for Shagrat first. He's a lot harder to unlock, but I just kind of want to have him because I am of the opinion that harder characters are going to be required for something, and just I want some more depth, and he's got good synergy. I'm anticipating that we're going to get to the point in the next 6-ish months that we're going to need something that's going to require multiple teams. So I'm trying to kind of forecast another dark side team. I'm getting Shagrat. I'm probably going to do a little bit of Nuraz for summons. I'm going to have, it's probably going to be harder for me to get Roble because I need to progress into Shadow a little bit more, but I'll have my 2 Yef2 and Ubedi. So I'll have 1, 2... excuse me, I accidentally clicked on this man. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 extra characters. Call it 5 if I can get that. 5. So I'll have 2 teams of 5 dark side characters. That's just kind of how I'm progressing. But just to go back to the original point, I'm sorry I got a little bit of a ADHD gains tangent there. Halbarad is basically just going to get you a little bit better in arena, a little bit better in light side, but I think Bolg really opens up that dark side team and allows you to get a lot more out of them. I think it's going to be good to help you farm crystals as those later dark side nodes, those later shadow nodes, and I just think he's going to all around be a much more long-lasting, important character because Halbarad has great health, but I'm a little suspect about how good he is. And at the end of the day, just buy him. Fucking, it's money. It's just money. Who wants money? Capital Games wants money, but you don't need money. Just give it to them. Just buy it. You're good. All right. Subscribe, obviously. All the best content's here, but not all of the best sleeping. So that's what I'm going to go do. All right. As always, I love you, and I'll see you later.